so we saw clashes again, protesters outside in Chicago, but this is in Portland outside the ICE facility, and you see protesters literally dressed up like idiots in neon outfits doing jazzercise. I'm not even sure that's aerobics.
Well, Lucas, you just were on the couch during the break saying people need to get off the couch and move. Well, they're doing it.
Okay, so there's a good news story here. People are not just sitting on the couch. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, a big part of our healthcare crisis is 50% of cancers, 80% of heart disease are preventable with better behavior. Yeah. Is this the better behavior?
Yeah, a neon headband and some 80s aerobic gear. I love it.
Yeah, and
they're not following the instructor. They're out of step.
You're right.
It's unsat.
They're all marching to their own drum.
It is interesting, though, to watch this sort of evolution, because remember on No King's Day, we had people in these inflatable pink dinosaur costumes. Now the protesters are doing this, but the point is lost on them. They just look silly because, again, this administration and President Trump is leaning into federal immigration law enforcement, removing people that have committed murders, raped children, assault, battery, robbery. These are illegal aliens led in the country by the previous administration, President Biden, Kamala Harris, and Alejandro Mayorkas. And now President Trump is working literally day and night in places like Oregon and in Chicago. Yesterday at that Broadview facility where I was there on day one of Operation Midway Blitz, they've since arrested and planning to remove some 4,000 illegal criminal aliens. It got violent yet again. The reason why this got violent is because protesters have tried to obstruct the facility where when they arrest these criminal illegal aliens, they take them to the facility to be processed, and these protesters tried to get literally in that space, and law enforcement wasn't having any of it.
You know, I think it's not just because we love the footage of the aerobics dancers, but you know, when you see that footage, and even when you see this level of violence and insanity, you can't let people like that run our country and run our policy and decide what's good for both of us. I mean, put that footage back up of the people, the ICE aerobics dancers. Do you want those people running our policy on what we're going to do with, I mean, should these people be making the decisions?
Have you met the new mayor of Seattle?
Yeah, I know.
No, and the problem is they're protesting.
This is a protest?
Yeah, this is a protest.
These are protests. This is their latest version.
Protest.
But their message.
I thought it was the workout, then go to the protest.
Oh, no.
This is the protest.
This is part of the torture.
Okay. This is part of it.
For all of us.
But it's what they're protesting that is so absurd, because they're protesting the actual carrying out of our federal immigration law. And when you look at the serious nature of, the crimes committed by these illegal criminal aliens, that you are making a mockery of yourself standing out there in the 1980s neon jazzercise outfit, saying that we don't want our laws to be upheld.
And we were talking all morning about the economy and inflation, and part of the solution to inflation is getting wages up, and part of this whole immigration issue is about getting people out of the country who are undercutting the wages of the working class, which makes it harder for them to put food on the table. And so that we really need to talk more about that. There's so much on the getting the criminals out, which of course we want. Of course we want order and law at our border.
National security
but we also need to talk about who we're protecting, because they're pretending like they have all this compassion on the left in opposing these policies, but the people who are actually standing up for the working class are those who are trying to get people out of the country who are undercutting working class wages.
That's such a great point, Rachel. And we've got the chief of the Border Patrol, Mike Banks, on the show a little bit later. And no one's really paid attention. And I wanted to put an emphasis on it, to have him come on to talk about what the border. We see a lot of what ICE is doing, but Border Patrol is still apprehending exactly the kind of criminals. I'm going to highlight a case. Just this week, they apprehended a Tren de Aragua hitman, another Guatemalan guy, wanted for homicide. And so they're still carrying that out. Meanwhile, remember back under the Biden administration, we had such a backlog of immigration cases because everyone's being let in. We only have a certain number of immigration
They never plan
judges.
to go back, I don't think.
Never plan to go back, but to actually adjudicate, they claim asylum, they didn't merit it. A judge has to sign off for the final order of removal. And now we are seeing this administration trying to really, with the border shut down, 6 straight months of no releases at the border, now immigration pending cases are starting to come down ever so slightly. You see on our screen the nearly 4 million at the end of the Biden administration. Now, in this year to date, it's down a little bit, but there's a long way to go.
Just a little bit.
Wow. I mean, those cases, I mean, they just piled up. But good thing that we're starting to cut down on some of them.
It's good that the government's back open.
Yeah, exactly. That's true, too.
Well, and just the final point about the jazzercise Portland protesters.
Can't get enough of this.
Anytime you want to bring that video back.
They're literally protesting the removal of individuals who have final orders that have been adjudicated by a judge. They got their due process. They were not allowed to stay.
Working out this morning?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.